accents, dramatic accents. Hello, everybody. Ooh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hello, everyone. Very dramatic. Oh, my name's Chris Quinlan. Welcome to Melbourne Musos Facebook Live. We've had a bit of a win today. The John Curtin Hotel's been saved. But today, I talked about that last week. Big wins and stuff like that, courtesy of, and I wore the same T-shirt last week for Oz Music T-shirt Day, or Oz, yeah, that one, and all that. But the reason I'm doing it again is because Rusty Russell, who is the proprietor of the John Curtin Hotel, has apparently signed a 10-year lease. Oh! Dramatic. And it's all happened just the last day or two. There you go. The reason I'm invested in it is because they asked me to turn up and say a few words back in April. There you go. Oh, it's just up the road from dear old Dad's Dan O'Connell Hotel, but you know the story. Hey! Oh! What are you then? I'm French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king? Tonight is all about accents, and there you go. I thought I'd pull the mallets out. I thought I'd put some triggers in. Oh, because the last couple of weeks all about the press roll. And what I'm going to do tonight is change it up just a little bit here. And I've got the strings attached. I've got strings attached tonight, people. It's a cello patch. Nothing much more dramatic than a Phrygian mode. F sharp, if you don't mind, umpire. A bit of fluff. Oh. Memories. So, good people, what an accent is, apart from being French. Oh, and there you go. Monty Python, Holy Grail. I didn't put anything up. I'll get blocked and banned. A bit of a tight knit around Monty Python material being sampled, as well as the Blues Brothers and all that business. I do it with love, but there it is there. Oh, it's on its last legs, this little melody. So what happens is I'm going to talk about accents, okay. An accent is simply a note played louder than others. But how loud? How loud do you want to be? One of the things I always talk about is first of all, we'll get this out the way. Then I'm going to go down the track of lots of accents. And what happens is that when you have a volume control of 1 to 10, okay, I work on thirds. So what I do is work on the fact that if I've got normal notes at, say, level 3, if you wish, therefore, I would put an accent at 9. There you go, you see. And there you have it. And what happens then is you work on thirds. So if you're going to play, say, very lightly, you can have an accent like, you know, if you're just doing, say, a 2, maybe the accent could be 6. Still there. Now, that's your general accents, okay? That's what goes on there. Now, we're going to talk about rhythms created with accents, okay? Now, what happens is you've got a little bunch of them here, and I'm going to take you through them all. fairly dramatically. And there we go. And what happens is the first couple of things that you want to get to know is your groupings. Nice grouping. And there you have it. So I was doing, a great way to start is just fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very basic. It's very important to get the distance. Okay, you don't want to, or anything like that. What you want to do is make sure you have the height. Okay, so start off slow and broadly, big. Left hand start. So on it goes. Try and get everything even. There you go. E. There it is there. Then what you want to try and do is threes. Okay, so what you have then is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now when I say three, what it is of course, you can call them triplets. A triplet is a group of 3 notes playing the time of 2 of the same kind. A. And what happens is that you would then count them 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under. But the reason I talk about threes is because there's also 6, 8, 12, 8. You know, if you want to go all the way down to just one group, 3, 8. Okay, 3 quavers in the bar. And so what starts to happen there is that depending on how you want to count it, it can become a couple of different things depending on what you want to do. So here's threes. Young starting out students sometimes have a little bit of trouble with threes because they have their dominant hand. So if they're right-handed, they're trying to do triplets. They're going 1 under, 2 under, 3 under. Nice hemiola from Espanola. 1 under, 2 under. So it's side to side. There you go. There you go. And then you really want to try, if you're doing threes, try out your 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Go, getting a bit dramatic again. There you have it. So there's groups of threes. Now, they're your basic patterns. Okay, that's the introduction to accents. And what happens is that when you're doing these, then you put them together, you see. Now, one of the main rhythms, actually, I call it the world rhythm in my book, is the Calypso, but it's known by many names. And what it is you're now mixing up the numbers, okay? So what happens is that if you're going to do a Calypso, you have 2 3s and a 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So. Bam, 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 bam. There you go. There it is. That's a Calypso known by many names depending on what region of the world, of the earth you're in. Okay, so you have that kind of thing there. If you're going to do it like so, what can start to happen is when you start putting in different accents, it becomes different names. So, of course, there's the Calypso. It's from Trinidad and Tobago is the original Calypso. And it's quite African and all that. And when you do it in Africa, it's often called a Soukous rhythm, S-O-U-K-O-U-S. So you have that. There it is there with the hi-hat, which I'm going to talk about too, because regular watchers of the show know that I do different things with the hi-hat. I use it normally. I like my splashes, and then the chicks and open and all that. And of course I'll be putting up boot cam later on for yous all. Dramatic. And what happens then? Right on cue, I didn't press the button. I didn't press the wrong button. That's good. That's a Calypso. Now, when you're working on that, of course, the next one would be the 3-2 Clavé. So you get that. Right, left, right, right, right. That's that one. It's a 3-2 Clavé. Bo diddly beat if you're a guitarist. Hey, bo diddly. So on it goes like that. Although that's not very bo diddly. That's very orchestral-like, but there you go. Now, the thing about the Calypso and the 3-2 Clavé is that they quite hug each other because the 3 of the 3-2 Clavé is the Calypso. It has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and And I'll go back. I'm still using the 9s and 3s, hopefully, even when I'm moving around. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can reverse it. Okay, so you have a reverse clave. So instead of 3-2, it's now 2-3. So you go oop, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, oop. The it is where you start. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 hip. There it is, the reverse clave. There you go. So there's a whole bunch of little things that can go on. Now, when you're doing things like this, have a couple of stickings up your sleeve. At the moment, I'm pretty much doing everything as a single stroke roll as per the book. There you go, whichever book it might be. So you've got a single stroke roll. But sometimes what you're going to need to do is keep your accent itself on a cymbal or whatever. So you don't really want to, if you're going to do a calypso, you don't really want to go. What's that, brother? There you go. So you change your sticking up. So what happens is you might put your accent on the right hand. So for a calypso rhythm, it's 2 3s and a 2 when subdividing them. Of course, when you're first learning them, they're quavers. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. But then some cultures actually do the 3-3-2. You see, subdivide. So what starts to happen is you might change it around. So you might have right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left. So therefore, you might, then you're on the cymbal and you're not doing hurdy-gurdies anywhere. Ooh, dramatic. There you have it. You see, that's the calypso as back to back. So you get your stickings together. You see, that's what goes on, and learn to mix them up and all sorts of business. These kinds of rhythms. When we start to talk around the drums a little bit there, you've got your main accent on the ride cymbal, and your left hand is having a bit of a play around the kit there. And there you are, you see. So you're starting to do your angles a little bit, you know. There you are. And that's what goes on there. Now, you can do that with all of them, you know, that kind of thing. And what happens is with a 3-2 clave, you might do the same kind of thing, like boom, boom. There it is there, you see. So, you know, you can get different things, get different rhythms from them, and do them in different ways. There, I was overlapping and making a little bit like a rock beat. Pretty much all 3-2 clave there. I try to avoid I Want Candy. There you go. There it is. There you go. That's the 3-2 clave. Reverse clave I've talked about. Now here's a quirky one. I mentioned it the other week, I think, but it's the beat with no name. There you go. And what happens is everybody sort of does it. It's what you've got is essentially 4 3s and then a 4. So you get this kind of. So it's all right. Here comes the sun. I did that the other week. Doing things like that. That's where I mentioned it. Now I've come back. There it is. That's what I did. And the other thing too is that it's often used as a kind of just kind of a fill-in, kind of breakish kind of deal. So you might get boom. Here we go. Bing, bing, bong. There you go. Some things have them as the pretty much the whole beat for a grouping. I could cite one of my prog heroes. Turn off now. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Fanfare for the common dickhead. And what happens? It's an old one, oldie but goodie. But what happens is that that is used in Brain Salad Surgery album 1973, Carnival 9, First Impression Part 2. And funnily enough, the Calypso is used in the second impression. There's 3 impressions, you see. One of the great ones. And that's the beat with no name. I'll do it again. You get 4 3s and a 4. So it'll be 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1. Bang. There it is, you see. Oh, it's being very dramatic with the strings tonight. I thought I'd change it up a little bit. I've been doing a lot of snare drum, and over the last couple of weeks, drummer, close those rolls and all that. And what it is tonight, I thought I'd just go the opposite end. I'd go the mallets, put the triggers on. One of the things about accents in general is it's a big bastion of minimalism, because if you've got... last week I was doing the 30-minute press roll, a la Dame Evelyn Glennie and the wonder that she is as a percussionist, as just a person, as a human, profoundly deaf, and what she's been able to do. And that's all about keeping the press roll even, flat, plain. But when you're dealing with things like what I just did then was a left, right sticking. And because I work with triggers, and I've been doing that for the last dozen years, I really had to sit down and say, well, this is what you've got to do. This is what you've got to do, Chris. You've got to put the work in, mate. Ooh, that kind of thing. And then what happens is the nuance, because with triggers you have thresholds. You have the under part. And then at some point there, when we're talking about the 9s and the 3s, it changes timbre. Spelled Timbre, the effect of sound, how you, whatever. So when I'm doing, say, things like this, minimalism, Philip Glass, Steve Reich, people like that. There you have that. That's what goes on. And then what you've got with that is the few others now. I'm going to wrap the show up very quickly. It's nice, short, and sharp, sweet, about accent. And even bringing in things like the... accents, you see, up and down, in and around. There you go. Now, the actual scale of the harmonic part of the show, this is a Phrygian mode, which I mentioned earlier. And with the Phrygian mode, it's very flamenco. It's the third mode of a major scale. So, the easiest way to get to a Phrygian mode is to, say, play a C major scale, wherever you have it, but start on E. If you're playing piano, just do all the white notes, but start on the E and go up an octave. Use the harmony. It's a very minor. And essentially what you've got is 4 flats. You have first, flat, third. Oh, what am I doing? I'll start again. Hang on. I'm doing pentatonic. What am I doing there? First, flat, second. Now the flat, third, fourth, fifth, flat, 6, flat, 7. And there you have it. Now, because it's I'll wrap the show up. Because this is flamenco, one of the main things about flamenco rhythm is so much of it is based on the compas, which is 12, based on 12/8, if you like. You have 2 3s and 3 2s. outside cymbals are getting a bit of a hiding tonight, aren't they, Phil? Ooh. So that is a compas. Now, so many different kinds of rhythms come from the compas, or based on the compas. The Bulerias, the Peteñadas, the Sevilla, there's so many of them. And go check them out. There's something wonderful about that. There you go. I think I'm cooked. There you go. And there's something else, you know. Da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum, bam, bam. It's based on the beat with no name. But there you go. There's my little show. It's going to go really quick tonight. Oh, dramatic. Dramatic and measure things out. And here's a metronomic thing. That little accent there, 111 I worked out before. Quinlan, outrageous accent. I've mentioned a few of them. And I'll have this up for you tomorrow. Channel 31 in 10 days, I think. Wednesday week. And accents. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in the soup, eh? Oh, the Curtin Hotel. It's still going. Hey, let's all go there for a bit of a beer. And I'll see you all. I'll have this up tomorrow, as I said. Take care. Mwah.